morning. Happy Monday. Taking my walk. Gonna do it while it's, again, we have these nicer days. Today's 40 degrees out. And tomorrow's going to be 20. And then Thursday is supposed to be 6. So we'll see if I get a walk in tomorrow or not. Try to get one in the morning, maybe, depending on how cold it is or what we've got going on. Wayne has his colonoscopy tomorrow. And granted, it's at noon, so I think we have to leave the house at 11ish. Unless we have to be there at 11, I have to confirm. So there may or may not be time tomorrow morning. And then we'll see how all that goes. So, yeah, the weekend was a little rough. Had a crying day Saturday, on and off. You know, I made my 1-year anniversary video, which I still have to edit and put up, but obviously it will be up by the time you see this video. And I didn't cry at all during that one. And I was like, woo! I made it through the video without crying. Now granted, I had already kind of felt my feels for probably the video before that, where I was saying I was grieving me for the Christmas for last year. And I was thinking about that. Well then, like I said, that video all went fine. And I was very surprised, but happy that, okay, I made it through. And then that night, I got my colonoscopy instructions. And they're different than what I went through last time. And so that made me a little anxious. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm doing the Miralax prep thing again with a Gatorade. But this time they want me taking Miralax 5 days before. Like I have to take 1 capful every day for 5 days previous. And then on the day before, I take like the 14 capfuls in the 64 ounces of water. Now that's all I had to do last time, was the whole 64 ounces. So this time to do all that prep beforehand is like, ugh, you know, okay, fine. And then also taking, I think, a Ducalax too, one of those days before. And then I have to also change up my diet. I have to do a low residue fiber diet. So no lettuce, you know, so no salads, no raw vegetables, no raw fruits, except for, I think, canned pears or peaches or something. No nuts and seeds, obviously. Again, that's what I had to do last time. What else was there? Like no ginger, no vitamins, no. So, yeah, technically not a really big deal. But again, that's also my morning routine. I can have eggs. That's kind of been my breakfast lately. I have eggs and toast. I can't have wheat toast type of stuff. I usually have sourdough, so I have to see if that's going to be okay. I'm hoping that's kind of more on the white side, not high fiber. So a lot just to remember. So again, that just was kind of like, oof. You know, it's different. Not what I was expecting. So whatever. And then of course Wayne having his colonoscopy and knowing what the prep is like, because I had done it last time, knowing that he's going to have to go through this, and I just feel bad for him. And again, I know everybody does it. Everybody makes it through, and it's all okay. But, you know, I just feel for him. And then seeing all these restrictions that I had, and we're going through the same clinic. We have different doctors, and obviously he has his rectum, you know, and I don't. I have the ostomy, but I mean, he doesn't have the same thing. So I asked him, I'm like, oh, jeepers, I'm like, are you not supposed to be eating, you know, this and this and this too, and whatever? And he was like, no, my only instructions were no nuts or seeds or corn. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, granted, he also has a different prep than I have. He's got some 6-ounce bottle of something that he's supposed to pour in water and drink that, and then drink 2 more cups of water after. So it's just kind of like, okay. So I get just a little worry. So I had that in my mind, and also knowing that he's been having GI issues, he's been having bowel issues, and so I just have that worry in my mind of, how is this going to go? Is he going to be okay? What's going to happen? And I know, again, you know, worrying doesn't do anything, can't help anything, so there's no sense in worrying, but obviously I'm still human, and that was part of why he said that he had put the, you know, doing this off, of that he doesn't want anything to be found because he can't really be off of work because he's our income. And I said, yeah, but if there's anything we have learned from what I've gone through, that you need to be checked out so that if there is anything, they catch it early. And maybe there won't be these problems. And hopefully there'll be nothing, because we have another family member that's been having some GI issues and had a colonoscopy and nothing was found. So the good and bad of that, nothing was found. So that's great. But then you still have to figure out, well, why am I having these issues? So I'm kind of hoping that that's what it is with him too, that nothing will be found. Then we'll just have to figure out what's going on. But again, it was all this kind of stuff all piled up. And then obviously knowing that, my daughter's getting ready to go to South Korea, and just kind of what's going on there, but more so just even for them of making sure that they get their paperwork done on time and they have enough time to get stuff done and the things that need to be done with that. And then of course there's Christmas. And although I love setting up my tree and I love going through the memories and doing all that, as far as Christmas presents go, I'm just kind of like, because everybody's at the age of that, whenever we want something, we just get it. So, it's like, okay, what do you want for Christmas? Any Christmas lists? Well, nobody has one. Nobody really can come up with anything. So that makes it harder. It's a matter of, okay, can we get something that's actually, useful or that you'll like, or, so all that was kind of weighing on me that night. I go to bed and I started kind of crying, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Got my sleep, that was fine. But then Saturday morning, I was crying on and off all day, of thinking about all that stuff. Also in the morning, and talked it over with Wayne, and we're fine. And we went shopping, and he nicely let me come with. And we found a few things for Christmas, for some presents. But there's still all that going on, and plus. Thinking again about surgery day and how long I was under anesthesia, and where was it when I got to the room, and kind of reliving the day. Which again, now it's been a couple days past that, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm not there in the moment, because there too I don't remember as much of what happened on day 2 and what happened on day 3. I know I did come down with a stomachache again at one point. I had such bad pain. That I think they had okayed extra pain medicine for me, and I got through it. But it's more so the specific of the actual day of, oh, this is what was going on this hour, and this is what's going on this hour. So, it was a lot. So hence I wasn't in the mood for editing my video, and so that's what I have going on now after this. With my eating thing too, I had 2 food videos planned for last week, and I just didn't get to them. And so I'm making those this week. And one of them is date cookies, and I'm not supposed to eat dates that next week. So as of this Saturday, I have to adjust my eating. I'm very conscious of what I'm eating and stuff. And, can't be on automatic pilot. So figure that out. But yeah, and then the fruit thing. I have a blueberry fluff type dish I'm going to make when I get back home, and then I will edit my 1-year video and get that up today. We'll go from there, and obviously tomorrow will be colonoscopy day, and then I will let you know the results when I know that, which again obviously will be probably in the same video, because it'll be a weekly update. So that's about it, what's going on here. I was going to ask for prayers and all that stuff, but again, this isn't going to go up till after it's all said and done and all that. But I know some of you guys pray for me all the time and every day anyway, so yay! I appreciate that. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you can enjoy your days. And if the weather is good enough, get out there. Obviously, Southern Hemisphere, I watch some YouTubers in Australia, and it's like, 100 degrees. 80 degrees, 100 degrees there. They're getting the heat. They're hot. And up here we got a cold, so hopefully you can try to enjoy it, get that sunshine, get that vitamin D, make some happy memories. Think of something at least happy today, makes you smile. All right, I'll check in later. Happy Tuesday. Oh, I am getting my walk in, yay me. Not too cold out just yet. Yeah, it's supposed to be cold tomorrow and the next day. But today, woo, stress relief. We had Wayne's colonoscopy and everything came back okay. Woo, yay. Enough out here. I just stopped by my mom's and gave her some of the blueberry marshmallow delight salad, and one of the cousins sent a package to me to get to her, so I dropped that off. But yeah, so last night Wayne did his prep. I had shed a few tears about that as he was starting, but he went fine with it. He did good. He's got a different prep than I'm supposed to be doing. He's got some, I don't know, like 6-ounce bottle of something or other that he's supposed to pour into a cup and add water to 16 ounces and then drink 2 more cups of 16 ounces. Yeah, I guess 32 plus that. He was like, yeah, it was rough to get all that fluid in him. He's like, now I know what you talk about when you say you drink too much fluid and you feel like throwing up. It's because that was too much fluid. But he did it. Yeah, as far as going to the bathroom, he never had to like run and rush, whereas that's what I had to do when I did my first colonoscopy prep. He was just like, oh, I have an urge to go. All right. And he just, made his way to the bathroom and went, and all was fine. So that was good. And then he had to get up at 5 o'clock this morning, do a second round of prep. And he was hungry. Like, yeah, I know that's one of the bad things about all that too. And then the rest of us have to eat food, and so we are, and he doesn't get to eat, and he has to smell all that food. But he made it through, and then we went today, and of course I was tearing up a little bit on the way today because, again, he's been having some bowel issues, and we're like, all right, is it going to be cancer? Is it maybe just going to be a non-cancerous mass like his friend ended up having? And he still have to have surgery to remove that. Or is it just a polyp or 2 or something that is causing this? So we got there. They called him back. I asked if I, could come with or not or what, and the nurse was like, well, you know what, the chairs out here are more comfortable. And Wayne says, yeah, I should be good. And I'm like, okay. So he told me later, he goes, I was thinking, yeah, I don't know if you would want to be back there with me or not, if that would kind of trigger any feelings in you from having been in the hospital just like a year ago. And for me, I thought, I didn't really want to see him get poked with the IV because if they couldn't find a vein, and they'd have to do that, and he'd be in pain, and I didn't want to see. I'm trying to be strong for him, but I'm like, I don't want to see that. So I let him go in the back. I sat out front. They had a little word search puzzle there, so I did that while I was waiting. I brought a book, so I got that out at one point and started reading, although before we knew it, time was up. I mean, I did a few texts. I messaged my mom, we were there, and a couple friends and the family. I messaged, my daughters and stuff. And so it was like, before I knew it, it was time that he was done, and I could go back and be with him. And he was good then. He was not very out of it or anything. He was fairly conscious. He didn't repeat himself a lot. He didn't tell me any goofy stories. He did say that when I got there, the surgeon came in with me and then gave us the report of that everything looked good. He said it was super clean in there. He did a really good job with his prep. He told me to go take him out for 2 lunches. He needs to refill himself. And that he did find a small polyp in the rectum area. It was like pea-sized. And he said so they took care of that. And then once they get the report from the lab, he'll let them know if the next colonoscopy will be like in 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. So, and that was all good. The doctor had no concerns. So that was good. And then Wayne told me that actually before, when he first saw the doctor, when he came and introduced himself and stuff and talked with him, Wayne mentioned his symptoms, and the doctor was like, maybe we'll find a polyp or 2 and maybe some diverticulitis. And so Wayne was like, oh, all right. So the doc felt pretty confident about that everything was okay. So that was good to know going in. And then obviously, coming out, it's like, yay. So that's a big stress relief off of, off my shoulders, off my thinking, because I was worried about that. And so now that's done and over with. that's one. Yay! Ooh, it's changing hands. And then my colonoscopy is just going to be, just because it's going to be different. So getting through the prep, which like I said again, is going to be just a week of different eating and taking Miralax every day, which I'm assuming will just give me like a little bout of diarrhea. But yeah, and then the day of drinking all the fluid I have to drink. But we'll get through it. But like I said, this is good. And then another change in our lives. My daughter broke up with her boyfriend and she's moving back home. So she'll be home from 1 month to 3 months before she ends up going to Korea. She's still not sure whether she wants to go. She has the opportunity to go at the end of January or else to go the end of February. The end of December, sorry. It's either she goes at the end of December or she goes at the end of February. So she's still waiting on her paperwork back from the consulate. I thought she would have to have put her time frame in there already. That you kind of have to let them know when you're going to be in Korea. So they give you your visa for that amount of time. But she said no, she didn't have to put that on there or something. So we're still waiting on that, and then we'll see. She's like, now obviously having had broken up, that she can go earlier if she wants to. She won't feel bad about, even though she'd be gone for a year anyways. But so that's still in the works, but we have to go get all her stuff. She did bring a car full over last night, so we emptied out her car of lots of books and her K-pop material and stuff. But we'll have a dresser to bring home and she had some wingback chairs and her computer and computer desk. So a couple big items. I'm pretty sure they fit in our van though, so we won't have to rent a truck or anything. She's gonna make another trip tonight, which I may go up there with her because again, tomorrow it's gonna be really cold, so I don't want to deal with it tomorrow. But I guess she doesn't have all that much stuff, so even just doing it all Saturday, it's just a matter of, I don't know. I don't think we can fit the chairs and the computer desk in the van at the same time. I think we have to make 2 trips with that anyway. And some stuff then will go by my mom's. We'll figure out what to do with it. And somehow I gotta find a room in that room for her dresser. So like I said, we've got a futon in there and her bed and already a desk. So gotta find room to put her stuff. So that's what we'll be doing for the next week. Those are the new plans. But anyways, that's it for today. Yay! Like I said again, I'm just so relieved. So anyways, oh, somebody else has a package at the end of the garage. They did that to me, and it's not that. Go move it by their door. It's not that small of a package, like the one they gave to me. I mean, mine was super small. I'm like, okay, if it's a desk or something heavy, yeah, put it at the end of the garage. But if they're small packages, then you know what? Go put them by the door. So somebody walking along, especially on this frontage road, they're not going to go steal it. I'm not going to move this package by their door. Anyways, I will check in tomorrow. Hi, Jenny here. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, it's been a full couple of days. So I got my ostomy order in. Thought I would just quickly go over that. Just to show you, I got a different type of a bag to try this time. I think I mentioned it before of what I was going to get. I have a more oblong box. Usually the box is about that big. But I think because they sent an extra box of bags. So it's very interesting when these orders come and what shape box they come in. But I got 2 boxes of the regular bags that I've been using. So, put my glasses on, I suppose. These are the ones that are the Convatec, they're opaque. So they've worked out well for me. It feels like I've only done, worn a couple of them, and then I look at the paperwork or whatever, or look at when I wrote that I started this new bag, and I've actually used a couple of them. These more than I thought. What did I say? Oh, I went through one whole box. Each box has 10 bags. And I've gone through 1.5 boxes now at this point. So they come packaged like that. And so these are, like I said, the Opaque bags. So these are the ones I cut to size myself. And then also in the box there will be, we usually have instructions in case this is all new to somebody, and if they're trying this type of a bag for the first time or whatever in that too, there are instructions on how to use this bag with how it folds over and the Velcro and then it tucks inside itself. There's the product sheet that they have to have in all of the boxes of product. And then the measuring guide. So again, if you don't know what size your stoma is or if it changes as time goes on, like when you're just at the hospital and coming home, your belly is still filled with gas and everything, and so your stoma size is going to be a little bit bigger than when everything settles down. And if anything else happens that may change the size of your stoma and stuff, there's a guide that then you put up against your stoma area and measure out what size you might need, and then you can use that circle and put it on top of the bag. So the bag has different circles to it. You can either use that or you put this, circle. Usually mine's like 1 1/4, whatever. Put that on there, take a marker or pen, whatever, and draw on there, and then you know what size to cut this out at. Also with things like this, you can cut your own if you need to or want to. You can also cut it off center. So if you have something going on in your skin, like I had the midline scar, so I still cut this off center so that it stays away from the middle of my body. It goes off to the side. So same if you're having some skin irritation, if you're having anything else going on, you can cut it to how you need it. So that's nice. That doesn't have to be perfectly round. And then there is a set of stickers. There's a set of stickers that comes in every bag, and that goes over the filter area. So these bags do have a filter area, and then you can take off one of these stickers and put it over the filter. If you're going to take a shower, so you can prevent water from going in there. If you're having really thick output and it pancakes, so the output stays all up here instead of dropping down, you put one of these stickers across the top. Dun, dun. And that covers that up, and that kind of holds the gas inside too, so that this will poof up a little bit more. It'll stay all kind of self-contained and everything, and again that'll help the output to kind of fall down to the bottom of the bag. So you can again wear those anytime, or for showers. Sometimes they say like water could clog up the filter, I guess, and then it wouldn't work so much to let gas out. But so I do that every once in a while if I'm feeling like I've got some pancaking going on. If it's not working right, I'll put one on, or I put one on after the shower and then I forget it's there and leave it on until my next bag change. If I did that today, I took a shower today and I put a filter on and the sticker on there, and the sticker just peels right off again. It show that. I don't really need it on there. Once you're done with your shower or whatever, or if you want to take it off again, then there's that little tab. Sure there is. The little tabby area. There we go. And that peels right off. Very easily. Alright, and then what else is part of my usual order is I get the adhesive remover spray. This is ESENTA, sorry. I think Esteem is a bag. So again, they'll have the product information, and then this is the nice spray bottle. So I use that to help get the stickiness off, to get the bag off. And then Eakin cohesive seals. I think these are, I shouldn't say. I think there's a, is there a small and a slim? There are different sizes. I know that because with these other bags I had gotten a thinner barrier ring. I didn't yet for this one, so I'll have to see if I'm going to need that or not. These are the barrier rings. So Also, if you've seen a bag change or not, this just opens up and it's sealed on this side and on both sides actually with a clear plastic ring. And then when you peel this off, that's where it's sticky. And then you take this and you can mold it with your fingers. You move it all apart in that to be able to fit over your stoma. Don't want to stretch it too far because it kind of doesn't go right back in. I've done that before, then you need a whole nother ring. So you just kind of go a little bit, make sure if it's going to fit or not. And again, I've been told by an ostomy nurse that it's better if you put the barrier ring right on your skin, right around the stoma, because that way you know all the skin is covered around the stoma and it's protected. Whereas the other option is that you take that ring and after you take this other sticky area off, you put the ring right here on the bag and then you take the whole thing and you put it on your body. That's how I started off. That's how they first taught me in the hospital. But then after I was having some issues and I went in to see the ostomy nurse, they told me, no, put it on there first. And that's worked a lot better. Then I haven't had the skin breakdown around the stoma. So you get a box, well, I get a box of those every time because again, those go with all the bags that I use. And then I have 2 boxes of the adhesive remover wipes. So again, ESENTA. And I use, I would say probably 4 of these still with every bag change. Because I have enough barrier ring residue on my skin that it takes me a wipe or 2 just to get that off. And then I use a wipe to just wipe the whole area, make sure it's clear. And then I use a wipe to get all of the, like the clothing residue that gets stuck to the outside of the bag. So these come in little packets like this that you tear open. And there's a bunch of those in there, I think 20, if I'm remembering correctly. 25. Yeah, there's 25 in there. So, let me still back in here. And then I got a different type of a bag this time that I wanted to try. Like I said, I think I asked for a sample of this the one time, and so I haven't even looked at this. They did send me 3 bags to try. I tried 2 of them, and then they also sent me a slim barrier ring, and I tried that barrier ring on one of my regular bags to see if that would work better. It was just a little bit thinner, and it did work, but same, you can't really tell when you just try it once. You know, at least for me, I need a couple times to try it to see how it's really going to work or not. Same with these bags. I used these bags and I had a little bit of skin irritation. But again, it depends on the prepping level. I've had skin irritation with my other bags too for a little while, but then if I use a barrier wipe and things like that, that'll help clear it up and I'm fine. And at this point I'm like, I don't even need the barrier wipe. I'm fine. But I wanted to really try these bags, so I wanted more than one. So again, you've got the information on what the bag's all about. You've got filter stickers. These are big. You've got the measuring guide and the product guide. So these, this is in here. It's just the ending. All right. So they decided to package these in a square, little square box instead of a long box, keeping them flat, which is fine. So this is the opaque gray color. This is the new bag they came out with, I think this year, and it has like this figure 8 shape to it. So it's also supposed to help with the output to fall down to the bottom of the bag. This is nice. It has a clear area down here that you can see through to see the color of your output coming out. Not that you can't see it when it comes out. Oh, I know why. This is clear on this one and stuff because this is a peekaboo bag. So this has the tail end again, it's drainable. And so again, you do the same, or I would do the same thing where I would, pinch this and then this would fold up and there it is. And then tucked inside here, there's the other end of the Velcro. That's interesting. Okay. And so then when it's closed, it's just like that. So it's not it's not a fabric that it tucks into itself, it's just this layer goes over it. And because it's also, again, it's that peekaboo bag, so that's why there's the clear there. There's a little peekaboo window, so that when you open this up, you can see through it, and that way you can see your stoma. So again, it has the area back here that you can cut. It's also convex. It has a hump on the side. So I know sometimes my stoma seem to kind of retract it a little bit, so it doesn't stick out as much as it did there for a while. So I found that this was okay. So again, you're going to cut your bag, you peel off the sticky area, and then to put it on. But now, you know, I'd be able to do this and see to make sure that I have my stoma all lined up right, and do that. The last type of bag that I had like this did not have that window. It was all just flat, and it didn't have an area to tuck this up. This was just kind of hanging loose like that. And I thought, again, well, hopefully it's not going to rub on any clothes and undo them. I mean, the Velcro was pretty tight, but I didn't care for having that flap go. So I wanted to try this bag. I had to get okayed by my doctor, but they did, obviously. And so now I have this one. Is supposed to be a choice on my record too when I go to the website. 180 Medical is where I get my supplies through. And when I go on that website, I have choices of what I want. They do have a, yeah, hi. You like this? You like I'm talking about you? They have an order sheet where they say every month they would send me particular items, and I can go in there and I can change those to say I want less or I want more, and I can change which items I want. So right now it's just going to be like the bags and which bag I'm going to want to go forward with. So this will be interesting to try. I'm happily surprised that I've done really well with this bag, with it not having that window where it's just opaque, which is why, is this cleared out here too? I thought this was, no. See, this is like a flesh colored, it's the beige color, it's the same, kind of same color as the bag. So it still is that plasticky. But I've done well with just, you know, looking at this hole and lining it up and getting it on me, that it's done well with the stoma. I haven't had any problems. I haven't had any irritation. So I'm happy that that's worked out so well for me, that I don't need the see-through bag. This is what I came home with from the hospital. It was completely clear. And I think next week I have my colonoscopy, so I think I'm going to put one of these bags on. And I'll probably take one of these bags with me just in case either one they don't have one. I had somebody in one of the chat groups say that when they had their colonoscopy done, they came out of the colonoscopy and they didn't have a bag on them. And they were like, okay, grab my supplies. And she had brought 2 bags with her. She was like, phew, you know, thank goodness. And I thought, well, I thought I would too. I think even like Maggie from Let's Talk IBD said afterwards when she had hers on, like it had fallen off. So she had another one there that she could then put on properly. Or the same thing as far as them having the same supplies of what you usually wear. This is like what my hospital had. I'm going to the hospital for the colonoscopy, so I would think they would have the same thing. This is probably what they would put on me. But in case they don't have the product that you usually use, and you would have, again, like if you have skin irritation, if there's a certain bag that doesn't work well for you and something else does work for you, to make sure you have your own product there that's gonna work and not, like I said, not cause you any problems. So either way though, I think I just want to do this. I want to, for the colonoscopy, you gotta, you know, do all that prep work and clean yourself out and make sure that what's coming out is pretty much like clear, real light yellow. And so I'd be able to see better in this than just, I don't know, seeing it in the toilet. I'm just weird that way. Like my husband just went through all this, like, right? He's got a regular rectum. He's got to watch what's in the toilet and look at what it looks like. Oh yeah, once you have an ostomy, ugh. So in any case, yeah, so I'll have this stuff to try. I have to find room for all this. As I just mentioned in the last clip, that my daughter moved back home. She's in the process of moving home. We're moving all her stuff. We will get the bulk of it this weekend, and the bigger items. And so I'm in the process of clearing things out of her room. You know, I thought about that too, as far as, this isn't too bright. I know I'm already dark, but, what was I gonna say? I've been in the process of cleaning out the house and putting things on Marketplace and doing stuff that way. And I kind of think, cheapers, again, it's the end of the year, it's December, you know, I haven't gone through, like I said, I've got at least 2 bins of Christmas things that I don't use, and every year I keep thinking I'm going to try to sell. And even it gets, you know, kind of late, I'm like, even to try to donate somewhere, you know, they don't want stuff like all that late either, like, you know, Halloween costumes. Like once Halloween's over, you know, they don't need that stuff anymore either. You got to get it in there early. But yeah, I have, like, up in her room, we had a futon in that room because that was our bed that she had been using, and just it folds up into a couch, so we, you know, we have it as a couch, but it can fold down into a bed. And then when she moved out, we got her own bed, and thinking again, well, this was kind of it. She was out, and we've always told her that if ever need be, she could always move back home if something happened and whatever. And so at this point, when she had moved back from college and she moved in with her boyfriend, we took her bed. And we've had it here, and I kept thinking, all right, at some point in time, I will sell the futon, and or again, at some, you know, when Cassie would move out, we figured Cassie would take that bed because that's a newer bed than what her bed is. But at this point in time, it's like, nope, all right, well, she's back, so kind of, you know, I don't know, universe has kind of kicked me in the rear and said, it's time to move on. And I was thinking, like I said, it's been so, you know, so long. I mean, I've had a year of healing, and how come I haven't done more? And then it dawned on me the other day, well, I haven't had a year of feeling like this. I haven't had a year of being capable and movable and being able to carry things. And, you know, I had a couple months worth of, I was still laying on the couch. I was still napping. I was still healing. I was still being, you know, barely, you know, can only sit for a couple hours. I still had, you know, lots of pain and all that. So I've really only had about 4 or 5 months of being able to really do things. So in that respect, I don't feel so bad. But in any case, yeah, we have the futon up there. I have a couple of really long body pillows. She has some wingback chairs that she had kept and had at the house, which she said she's fine to part with. And what else? I have a rocking chair up there that I bought, you know, when I was pregnant with Mandy. We used that a lot with her. And then the same thing, I always kept it just, you know, for the point in time when we were going to make that room back into a sitting room, and, you know, we'd have that as another seating area. But we haven't used it. It's just been there. So it's like, okay, it's time for that to go. And then we have a desk up there, which again, she had used, but then when she moved out, we got her a nicer desk, and obviously we want to keep that one. So I put a couple of the items out on Facebook. I figured, you know what, I will see if any of my friends have needs, if they have, you know, if they need it, or if their kids need something. I'd rather give it that way or something, because I could call the Restore and have them come pick up items. Salvation Army might pick up, I don't know about furniture. I know they do clothing and kitchen items and stuff, but in any case, I put some stuff out, and I did have a friend respond and say, hey, you know, we'll take the items. And I was like, oh, she's like, oh, I was really, you know, hoping to get my son, you know, their new futon, because they're just breaking down and whatever. So I'm like, you know what, yay, I'm so happy that it's going to somebody who needs it. So that's good. Bless others, right? You know, help make them happy too, especially this Christmas season. So we'll see what I can do about getting that stuff out, because I need to make room for a dresser in there. So I thought, you know, I have all my ostomy supplies in the bottom of a shelf. Right now my dining room table is covered in her books. Her books and all her K-pop stuff and books. And so I need a shelf area for her for that. And I thought, well, okay, if I take my ostomy supplies out, I can put her books in there. You know, she'll need more room than that, but then where to go with my ostomy supplies? Oh, so that's, you know, my project for the next couple days. And I know Wayne yesterday too was like, I still have the Christmas bins up here. He's like, are you done with them yet? Can I take them downstairs? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm trying, you know. But then we also have these other things going on, like his colonoscopy, where I took him to that, and, you know, so we were out of the house again for hours. And I did record a video on Monday, and I need to edit that yet and get that one up today. And I was going to make another video. I was going to make some date cookies. Today that's not going to happen, because today I'm going to try to rearrange some things again to make room for my daughter's stuff. So maybe tomorrow. And then as of Sunday, no, I figured out today I have more time. My colonoscopy is next week, so as of Sunday I just have to stop my vitamins. And then by Tuesday, I think it is, that's when I have to do my dietary changes. So that's not too bad. So I thought, well, if I make the cookies. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have time and I'll make the cookies because again, I can't, I'm not supposed to eat dates. So that'll be one of those things. So, well, I can make it, so at least I can have, well, you know, a couple of them, you know, and obviously the girls are here that'll eat them, and then give some to my mom. So that'll be good. Well, my cousin Beth sent me some vanilla, which is very nice. It's kind of a congratulations, making it a year and how good I've done, a little celebratory little gift. So that was very nice. Thank you again, Beth. It's interesting. It's a vanilla paste, so I've never tried that before, so I will see how that goes. And then she had sent my mom a little something too, so I got that over to Mom the other day. And Mom has some returns for me. She ordered a couple things, and she's one of them was the wrong size and stuff, so I have that to do hopefully this week also. And Christmas is coming soon, so go go go. I think that's gonna be it. Be it for this video. Even though it's Wednesday. Yeah, so if I do cookies, I don't know. We'll see. If I have more, I'll add more. Otherwise, this is it for this week. It's life is a little upheaval at the moment, so we'll see what we can get recording in and stuff, like either when people are out of the house. It's like yesterday when I took a walk so that I could record, so Wayne could sleep and I wasn't disturbing him and all that. But today it's supposed to go down to -7 tonight. And tomorrow it's like a high of 6 degrees with a low of -7, and that's without wind. So I will not be taking a walk. Try to get some exercising in. I did exercise today, so I was happy about that. I actually felt really good after again. It's been like a week and a half, 2 weeks that I've exercised. So like I said, trying to get back in the swing of things. I know it's hard around the Christmas time, so maybe this won't happen more till New Year. Right now we're just plugging along. So my mantra from all of last year, right? One day at a time. One day at a time. That's how it goes. I hope you guys are all doing well. Things are going well with you, that you're staying healthy. Don't catch any colds. If you're in the cold climate, if you're in the northern hemisphere, stay warm. If you're in the southern hemisphere, stay cool. Oh, and thanks for joining me again on my journey, on my day. I appreciate you. You guys, keep it positive. Go make it a great day. Bye-bye.